other thing that we get to do next year is
tune in now. On today's finale episode of NBA 2K TV, we have the second annual Hey Guys Awards with some amazing prizes for you.
Oh, word? That's what's up.
Plus a sneak peek at what's to come.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Denver Nuggets. Well, for Denver, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. And as we come up to the midway point of the season, Kenny, we're seeing some of the veterans who started slower now picking up the pace.
Well, I think early on, a lot of times, if you've been in the playoff for some veterans, the early going in the season is a little mundane. But then as you start seeing the light at the tunnel, they don't pace themselves anymore. And you want to make sure that you're in playoff position to make something special happen at the end of the year.
Excellent use of the word mundane, by the way. How about you, Shaq?
Well, Monday, experience told me when you need to go hard and when you need to pull back. You know, the best veterans will be there when it matters the most.
That's mundane, not
okay, I thought he said
Monday.
Monday.
And welcome everyone to another presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Cavaliers again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one. Last game against the Nuggets, they lost in the Mile High City.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Fareed at the 4. Moutier out there with Will Barton. That's good.
Intelligent passing to make that back.
Milwaukee.
And after a while, the defenders.
I mean, the team can defense get demoralized and deflated. I always love that kind of effort.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. We played just over a minute here in the first. Goes in for the dunk. And making connections is always good in any business. NBA. From what I've heard, Freak has done a good all over the NBA.
I think that's an example of Freak just having a good head on his shoulders and knowing that taking the time to get to know others in the business has its benefits.
For Cleveland, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
The Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Moutier pass to Jokic. There's the screen. He kicks to Gallinari. And again, Denver no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
There's Mr. Clutch. A 23-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor.
5 buckets without a miss. That's a fantastic.
Gone land, nothing yet going out. Moutier with the ball. Last game he had 12. Jokic. And that time also a missed shot.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Here's Reese. Here's Varejao, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line to make it a 3-point play.
Really not hard to see giving up.
Too
Those are this. It's because they're getting too many opportunities on the them beat you.
Contributor points again. Misses off the Cleveland leading by 11. Irving. Pointer. Good for to stop.
Switch them. A different look.
He hasn't yet any points.
And he started what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Out. Mr. He has 6. Back to LeBron. Fires from good. Basket starting off 1 for that shot.
Their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
While we're in this quick break and onto the small forward position and the hottest shooters among them over the last month. 5th on the list, LeBron James.
And that tells you about their ability to slash through the defense and get to the hoop effectively. I mean, because you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of a percentage.
That's accurate, but you can't do what they've done without a superb outside shot as well. I mean, that's not a problem for this group. They certainly can drain the jump shot.
Now, here is Gallinari. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Miami. Chalmers against Harris. Here's Reese. Can't get it to go. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And nothing to be ashamed about in that game. It was a great effort, I thought, all around. They just needed to have 1 or 2 breaks go their way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, both teams I thought played well enough to win the ball game, and yet it doesn't work out that way. There are no ties, so unfortunately they were the ones who came up short.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. The Nuggets getting the bucket. The feed now to Smith. There's the pass to Reese. Dishes it to Nicholson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
And if they match that effort at the defensive end, watch out.
And Denver again with the bucket.
A lot of space right there. That shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Here's Mr. Clutch. 6 points for him. He feeds it to Chalmers. Out to the right wing. Here's Reese. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. 8 points for Freak.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's Mills. Soft touch off the glass.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
Here's Reese. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself.
We expect so much out of each other.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectation. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Nicholson's checked in for Love. Robinson comes in for J.R. Smith. Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Mr. Clutch in for Kyrie Irving. So on the floor for Denver. Gallinari sits outside at 3 with Fareed at the 4. Harris is out there with Mills.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Screen by Fareed. Mills passes to Fareed. The Nuggets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That free throw missing. And he sinks the second.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
We always like it when you're aggressive and not settling.
On the wing, James. Pass to Reese. James outside. Inside. It's deflected. Stolen by Fareed. Now here's Mills. Defended by Reese. 1:33 left to play in the first half. Pass to Mills. Screen by Fareed. Mills with it. Now guarded by Reese. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Cleveland leading by 13. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks was just a man on a mission. He had 23 points, and he did some work at the line, drawing a lot of fouls and knocking down the free throws. The cherry on top for him, in addition to his outing, was ending the losing streak his team had been suffering through. We all know how big those moments can be for a team, Kevin.
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game.
He really does. It was one of his better performances, and that's saying something because we've seen this guy have a lot of good ones.
And you'd have to imagine that he'll be out to build on it, to go one better here tonight.
Here's the screen. Now the dish to Fareed. Stolen by Robinson. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Shot's good from Reese.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
And he gets it to go. Mr. Clutch has got 12 points in the game.
And scoring at will, starting to pull away here.
Certainly this one's threatening to get out of hand, and soon, partner.
And through one half, it hasn't even.
Guys, that was the perfect way to start this game. Let's go over some stuff and do more.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
They've struggled against him in this one. Just no answer for Mr. Clutch. He has 12 points, and what a game he's had passing the ball, too.
I love the fact that he plays for his teammates, really spreading the ball around, getting everyone involved.
Love and Verjao are up front. Irving is out there with Mr. Clutch. And it's James in at the 3 slot. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Here's Barton. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Barton's got his second bucket of the game to go. And here is James. He's got 9.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
Pass to Reese. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Love for 3. The offensive rebound. A second chance effort. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. 14 points for Freak.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
The Cavaliers leading by 23. Irving passes to Reese. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Trying his luck deep. Here's Love. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Smith is checked in, and Denver also making a switch. Chandler's checked in. So here's Gallinari, looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Barton, and he banks in the layup.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Now the pass to Reese. Back to Irving. To the wing right side. Shot's good from Reese. Mr. Clutch has got 16 points.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Barton kicks to Moutier. They set the pick. Feeds to Chandler. Lots of room. And it's good off the back rim and in. Chandler's got his first bucket of the night.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Here's Mr. Clutch. 16 points for him. It's intercepted. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Here's LeBron. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Denver. Mills out there with Will Barton. Then it's Wilson Chandler. Then there's Gallinari.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Cavaliers.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Shoots from the high post, buries the jump shot.
Well, after a horrible half of shooting, they've bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely.
There's Mr. Clutch, covered by Mills. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And he knocks down the first one. Richardson, he's checked in for Kevin Love. Both free throws good from Reese. And here are the Nuggets now. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Pass to Jokic. Makes it off the glass.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Varejao setting the pick for Chalmers. Shot clock at 5. Gallinari with the rebound. The Nuggets shooting 43% from the field. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Reese the pass to Richardson. The shot's good from Reese. Mr. Clutch has got 20.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Mills. Here's Holloway, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, You got to play without foulers.
And he can't hit the second. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Mr. Clutch to the left wing. That one a little long. Now here's Mills. He's covered closely. Right wing. Here's Barton. It's rebounded by Reese. The Cavaliers shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. Right through the D for the layup. Mr. Clutch has got 6 in the quarter.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
Barton dishes today. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Shots good by Mills.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
LeBron outside. Passes to Reese. Right side, Gordon. Shoots the 3. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Gordon. 14 points for LeBron.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Kicks it today. He dishes it to Webster. 1:41 left in the fourth. Here's Holloway. The shot will not go. Gordon with the defensive effort. Here's Mr. Clutch. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
In the game they played tonight, purposeful. They wanted to get after it after losing the first game of the year against these guys. Big boost of confidence for them to even up this season series against the Nuggets.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Mr. Clutch. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And there's a whistle that goes on Iman Shumpert. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Moutier, he's checked in for Patty Mills. Meeks outside, and the shot is good.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. The feed to Smith from outside the arc. Denver grabs the miss. Now Meeks. Dishes to Webster. Elbow shot is on the way. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win.
Thank you, Kev.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Freak.
They asked an awful lot from him tonight offensively, and he delivered. When they needed a big
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, this is Johnson. Have a great night.
On today's season finale episode of NBA 2K TV, we have the Hey Guys Awards with some amazing prizes for you.
Oh, word? That's what's up.
A sneak peek.
That we get to do next year is